Traxxas, the fastest name in radio control. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. As you saw in the title, I'm going to be putting the light kit in the TRX-4 Bronco today, so hopefully it's relatively straightforward. According to the instructions, we needed 2.0 millimeter hex, 1.5, and side cutters. Looks pretty minimal. We'll see if that's actually true. So the light kit that I have is number 8035. So that's right here. All I've done is just torn open the packaging, gotten out the instructions, haven't unpacked anything yet. So we'll get right into it. The first thing it says to do is install the LED lighting module, which is figure A here. It appears to be on the upper side above the ESC over here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that out, see if we can find it. My buddy got me this for my birthday, so that was awful nice of him. Looks like this is the module right here. And we'll just start carefully dumping things out, getting right into it. Sorry, the truck is a little bit dirty, but it's pretty much how it goes with these things. Alrighty, match up the old picture there. So this looks like figure A. This is the LED module. So it looks like it's going to have us route this wiring underneath the battery tray. So, and this guy just sits right in there. And get the threads started here. Alright, there's one. And I think we just got to loosen the two screws holding down the battery tray on the rear side near the motor, just to sneak the wiring underneath that. Yep, almost there. As always, they give you way more threads than you need with these things. So I do think you are just going into plastic here, so do not over tighten. All right, that guy is secure. All right, so remove the screws from the receiver box, just like we thought. And let's see, does it say, yeah, it does say remove, so I assume we can't just loosen them. Go ahead and remove them all the way. That's what the destructions say to do. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Instruction number 2 was remove the screws from the receiver box cover. That's fine, because we need to do those other ones anyway. The third step was to remove the battery tray screws. So let's get the receiver box screws off, lift up the battery tray, and route the red wire, the male connector. So it's going to be this guy. Got it. Route the red wire from the LED lighting module, which is going to be over here, to the right side of the chassis between the two T-lock servos. Okay. And I'm going to go underneath the battery tray. Yep, I see how that's going to go. So let's get our black wires out of the way. So it's going to go underneath the battery tray, just like they claim, in the destructions between the two servos. All right. Between the two T-lock servos and through the hole in the receiver box. Just kind of try to slowly press it through there. Yep, she's going. It's just kind of cumbersome. Once again, just to reiterate, it is a necessary evil. You don't want to route this outside of your receiver box because you don't want to lose your waterproof capabilities. So the only way it can go in is with the key way to the right, looking down from the top. Okay, and it does say to go into channel 1. So let me follow the destructions. Channel 1 is the top channel here. Let's go ahead and plug that in. Okay. Alrighty. Got that in there. Really, you should apply some more grease to this, because the grease will help keep the water out. As I always give the disclaimer, be mindful of what material your screws are going into. So when you're going into plastic, you just want to be real careful not to over tighten, especially here you have a gasket, so you really don't need it super, super tight. There we go. All right, receiver box is back in the truck. Excellent. All right, I'm just going to kind of tuck my red wire down here. So we're going to put the black wire, which is the red female connector from the LED module, to the red wire, the male connector on the speed controller, which is what I thought. So that's going to be pretty straightforward. Show you that in just one second. Let's get these countersunk screws back in the battery tray. Need to be super duper tight, just get them snug. All right, snug they are. And as per the instructions, you're going to connect from the speed controller to your module, just like that. All right, so that be that. All right, it looks like, all right, the next is to disassemble the front grille. So remove the 6 front grille retainers, which is E. Okay, so now we're down here looking at this diagram. Looks like what we're dealing with here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like the instructions say. Rocking and rolling. It's kind of project where it's not very difficult, just tedious. Just kind of take your time, rush things. And, you know, although tempting to not read the instructions because a lot of this is pretty intuitive, don't let your pride get the best of you. It's probably better to just double check, read the instructions, make sure you're not missing anything. All right, so remove the headlight assemblies and then install, all right, chrome reflectors into the circuit board. All right, so this grill, I imagine, should come right off. And it do. All right, so it looks like these are going to be our small screws here to remove the headlights. Yep, so you got your one here. All right, G. So a G, I believe, is both of these pieces, because I would assume that you're going to be replacing the entire module with the headlight assembly. Okay. Okay. Remove the headlight assemblies from the grill. See figure 6. Yep. Retain and reuse the plastic headlight mounts and hardware. Yeah, okay. All right. I will say though, this is a pretty well thought out design. You can tell they were thinking ahead and anticipating the release of this kit, because it looks like it's pretty modular. So that's cool. All right. Once again, save the screw. And need to reuse the hardware like the instructions say. Okay, so remove those. Install the chrome reflectors to figure 2 here. Okay. Onto the circuit boards of the LED headlight harness. Let's get the headlight harness out here. So these should be specific to each side. And these should be okay. And now it seems to indicate. All right, install that there. Yep, and then you will need the original hardware, I do believe, to retain. Yep, so that makes sense. So then you need to screw those back in. Okay, I see. Alright, sorry about that, guys. My camera overheated, but in the meantime I managed to get the front all back together here. So got the headlights and marker lights in. You got to run your cabling through, run your wires through these slats behind the headlights. It's a little tricky because some of these connectors, particularly one, is too fat to fit through there, so you kind of got to force it a little bit. So we're on to the rear marker lights. So it looks like the rear markers are the ones with the blue band near the connector, like it says in the instructions. So these lights snap into, these are your side marker lights for the rear. So these just press in like that. The tail light harness has the larger 5mm LEDs with the red color band. So these are the larger lights with the red color band. And I'm guessing they just snap into the back, snap into the taillight receptacles. Yep, so these guys should just go into here. Of course, it is pretty close to the other lights, so just be careful. Try to snap these in gingerly as possible. There we go. Okay, pop that one in there. This guy on the other side. Alright guys, my GoPro's a piece of crap, so sorry about that. It keeps overheating even after I've got the screen turning off. So what I finished up off camera is, of course, we got the LEDs in the taillights and the side markers. They're routed to these, of course, you've got these little tabs that you tie wrap onto, run up the side to your power distribution module. You wire that in here. These clips are pretty much self-explanatory, blue to blue, red to red. It does come with a green jumper here, which is very relevant. You need to run that green jumper, I guess, in order to get the brightness out of the lights, they claim. And then you got white to white here for your fronts. I got to clip off all my excess zip ties. But that is it. And then the last thing that you have is this little dongle coming off of your power distribution module to plug into the other distribution block. So I'll do that here in just a second, get you back on and show you what it looks like when it's all together. Check that out. Finished product. Side marker lights, tail lights. Definitely worth it. And like I said, I think you have to use that jumper, they say in the instructions, to get the high power mode for the headlights. So I'll throw this on, throw this GoPro on my head and take it for a quick spin, show you what it looks like. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.